Check. Andrew with his first practice stone.
Travis stands the whole time. Travis never sits. Have you noticed that? Oh, really? He never sits down.
Officially.
Team Bacek is starting with the hammer, so Team Binks is delivering their first stone. Looks like they've called for, I'm assuming, a center guard.
I was like, what was I thinking? No, what were you thinking?
Maybe to the house. Either way. It's going to be behind the T line. Guess that sweeps it to the back of the house.
I didn't get angry. It is sweet today. It's a red, like it's a
Matt's delivery of his first stone. I didn't see the call, but it looks to be a corner guard.
Because wherever I hold it, it'll go like white. Like, do you know what I mean? Yeah. Anyways, it's just a weird, weird plastic. I asked her if she could make this thing go.
And just across the hog line, so it's a little high. They leave the blue stone at the back of the house. It's kind of meaningless for the most part when you have the hammer for the other team to have a stone at the back of the house, because you get just one. You want to get your guards because that will help you build a big end.
Wait a minute, not nervous?
Binks with their second stone calls for a guard. And they get a nice guard on their stone that's at the back of the house. Kessler calls for a draw in behind the high yellow guard. Got a little more weight on this one. It's definitely at least there. The boys are just staying close. They're carving it over, so it's going to be there. Trying to carve it over. Looks like it's going to finish at the end here. And finishes nicely. Just behind the T line. Mostly undercover. It's a lot of it is showing out. Binks is looking to freeze to it. Pretty good call. When you don't have the hammer, it never hurts to freeze. It cuts down the amount of playing area that the team with the hammer can use to score with.
Thank you.
Roger. Mike I tried to get him to come and work for me, but he wouldn't leave Grand Prairie.
I got grandkids here now.
Well, that's going to be a harder.
Blue stone ends up side by side with the yellow one there. Dylan's going to try to throw a hit. If he can hit and roll just a touch inside, he can bump the yellow one back and have them both undercover.
Mike's had a good look. I think he's enjoying coaching.
I think so.
He's throwing about a board weight here. A little more than board. He's got it, and they perfect roll. Looks like they're pretty much frozen. Yeah, they are frozen. There's maybe half an inch between them. So when they're that close together, those two stones kind of act like one. We call that the drag effect. So when you hit two stones that are touching each other, if you hit the first one like you would normally hit it, wherever it's going to go, wherever it normally go, that's the same place that the back one would go, which seems counterproductive or seems strange, but it works. Binks with the delivery. A little wide. And maybe a little touch heavy. It's going to skate to the back of the house at least.
No.
Kessler's going to give it a little help, and it should... Oh, bites. Sticks around. Now that we've got 2 over there, Tesla calls to split the house. We've got 2 under guard. If you can split the house, get this under the guard properly, nicely, I should say. Chance for multiple here. Coach Don calls a timeout on it. Another option would be throw a guard on it, but if you did that, you'd want to throw it probably top house, just enough to be third shot.
I'm good, but no.
Splitting the house is a good call too.
And I'm not at all. Bad check if there's issue.
Oh, correction, they called for a to peel the guard, which actually is a really good call too. When you have the hammer, you want to open it up, keep the center open, so that you can control the center, keep them from getting to the button and under cover, because you can hit. And this is, it's going to nose it. Not quite what we wanted. Got rid of their guard, replaced it with ours, which is better to have our guard there than theirs, but we really needed a little bit of a roll. Could have even have rolled into the house maybe too, but it just didn't curl, or over curled, I should say.
It's, it is a long trip up here, but we always enjoy it when we're up here. It's, yeah, but the ice.
Binks with the draw. Behind the yellow guard.
No, it's not. That's not.
You got to play on it no matter where it's at.
No, I can tell you our boys. Yeah.
I'm coming to girl. I'm coming to play.
Yeah, and that is nice that there's something for both of them, but no, ice isn't for.
Looks good.
They threw a 13-2. So a 13-2 is a little, it's pretty heavy ice compared to what our boys are used to. And that slid to the back of the house. That was about a halfway to the hack weight. So it was a little heavy. Bad check still lies 2. Calls for a draw in behind the guard. We'll start using our guard now that it's ours. We have to be careful that we don't. They'll probably try to freeze. Once they freeze to us, it could be a problem. Andrew with the delivery of his first stone. It looks like he might be a little bit hot here, but if it curls enough, he'll be back on the 2 back ones there, which is fine. They're trying to carve it over, but it's not going to go far enough. He rubs it and goes out. Threw kind of a hack weight on that one. Almost hack. Binks calls into the draw. Andrew signals that he may have just given it a little extra at the end when he popped it on his delivery. And this one's looking hot too.
It's going to go off the guard.
But it's going to rub the guard. That was a 13-3, so it would be the back of the house at least too.
Sometimes when we touch, the honesty's too much. Don't leave. Don't leave. Don't leave.
That was quite long.
We were
We'll
looking
start
for a
throwing
way
over
to lose
bills.
all our viewers.
Just went up 300.
Apparently on the 2 that check.
Take over the hotel bar.
That's how we lost all our viewers.
No, we have more than one because they were upset yesterday.
We got a few nanas saying they're single.
Who was that guy? Keep him away.
Glenn Campbell showed up.
Andrew with the second stone. Looks like he's throwing it a little hot again.
No, it's
It's a little better actually. Yeah. It's gonna be back of the house. And he might sit on that blue one.
That's good.
Yeah. He's undercover. He does the old Andrew saying that he missed, but actually it's an okay shot. We want it in front of the tee line, but so I'd say it's a foot heavy, but that's fine. It's okay.
And every time I tell myself that
We're sitting one.
that's
That
heavier,
check
I
is sitting
think it's
1,
light,
2,
and I
3.
always for not sweeping, and then they put it where they want to.
So I'd like to thank you, thank Mr. Rory Whitbread from the booming metropolis of Lacombe for that little serenade.
Yeah. She's like, oh, my bag.
For all of you at home, he's a parent of one of the U15 team boys who plays on
Funny,
Team Smith.
And the national silver.
Yes, and he's also the parent of his oldest daughter won silver at U20 Nationals this year.
Yeah. Give it a toss and I had
Binks rubs off their guard and chips it in, leaving their stone as a center guard. Kessler is probably gonna maybe draw in, or he's signaling to draw to the 4 foot. Pop another one in there. I wonder if it wouldn't be a bad idea to put it on the. If he drew to the biting the 8 foot through that hole, then he could leave a guard for his 3 this way. However, this way, if he does this, he is forcing them to hit off of his or to draw around it. And if he makes a shot, he's sitting 4. Kind of often with curling, there's always more than one call. Not always, but most of the time. This one's kind of 6 of one, half dozen of the other. I don't mind it. I don't mind coming through the hole either.
Are they requesting encores?
I don't know. I haven't seen the
Don't
chat.
let Mike remember that Mike at the mic.
Yeah. No, he does enough of the live streaming.
He loves it.
Chris is very good at Elvis.
Yeah. I love Elvis.
Yeah.
Well, good, you're here. I'll just stay on the mic.
I know, we're planning for provincials next year, and we're like, okay, like Mike, you could be coaching and ice, and we're like, you have to, like, someone else can take over the live stream.
Kessler's gonna skinny the guard, gets by it, just by. He's gonna be top 4, tucks it right under cover, and Team Batchek is sitting 4. Beautiful shot.
I was thought you were just watching, but you're actually doing line scores. Are we leaving them up for you? Are you getting them right away?
Why?
No, when we go out and do scraping.
Oh, I don't know. I will, like, after.
Yeah.
I'll try to do that.
Because so far, I've been leaving them up there until we start getting.
Oh, okay.
Team Binks is looking at a run back here. That's probably their best call, but it's not an easy shot. Something that our boys practice every Tuesday, and they call it Run Back Tuesday. And practice those run backs because when they play U18, it's actually quite important.
He usually saves
And she's close. She's going to peel it off. It might jam. It's gonna jam. Yeah.
She cut it.
And she jammed on the. She jammed on one of the yellow ones, and it rolled in for
Nice job.
stone. Beautiful shot.
Beauty.
So those 2 stones are close enough together that Kessler's probably gonna bump his yellow one onto it.
Oh, is
Bump
that
it
the
out.
yellow rock? Nice shot.
Blue shot. There's about 2.5 feet between them. So it's not a tough run back, tough bump. This would be, if he makes it, this would be for 4. Don calls timeout. I don't know what else you do.
How'd she get that rock there?
Come off the stuff on the right.
Oh, really? Wow.
She tried to run it straight back, but it went off the stuff on the right and then snuck underneath.
Oh, wow.
Didn't quite curl enough, but it turned out better.
Clean it.
Okay, Kessler's going for the little run back here.
What?
You just got to hit it, nose hit it, and it should go without hitting anything else. Got the weight. Threw a normal weight at it, and it's looking really good. They try to carve it over a bit, and it's there. And that is for 4.
For his little frame, he
Nice
can.
shot.
Did he make it for 4?
I didn't think he had He had good location.
So after after the first end, it is 4-0 for Team Batchek.
Anything? Jay, ready for another one yet? Or-
Well, I'll wait until everybody else.
Okay, you'll wait. You don't want. Anybody want anything?
Somebody's going to drive.
I'll get the next one.
No, it's my turn.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
I'm very over.
You guys can fight over buying me a drink any day.
Oh, okay. So I just always go back to school. Okay. Yeah, just
The classic.
Oh, total class.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Oh, did you want to know what team? Like I do. So all of team.
So that's a good first end. 1 missed shot. That was it. And just 1 draw. All of the other shots, the boys made all their other shots, I think, and they got 4 out of it. It's good end.
You got a Sweet Caroline. That's
Yeah, no,
Ethan's,
You want to go?
no, I'm good. It's
good?
over now. I can't do it a cappello.
I
I do it a cappello, not a cappello. It's really but yeah, that's like usually the first
Oh yeah.
TV timeout for Ethan's games.
I love that song.
Usually they play that.
And with that, because they scored, Team Batchek has to shoot first, and Max delivers his first stone. Kessler calls for a center guard. Remember that once it's if he gets to the center line, it can't be taken off unless Kessler decides to run it back or use it somehow. The other team can't take it off. And it gets right to the center line, 3 feet in front of the house. Perfect center line guard.
Pull up here so I can see the sheet too.
Binks bumps Team Batchek in. Kessler leaves it. He sweeps it a little bit.
It doesn't matter.
And he'll leave it. He's going to put it back.
You as well. Thank you.
It has to go back. The other team hit it. Kessler gets to choose if he wants to put it back.
Yeah.
Kessler can choose if he wants to put it back. And he chooses to put it back on the center line because maybe we can get a couple in behind there.
And last year, and
Max with the second stone. Trying to draw in behind the center guard. If you could get it to about the 8 foot. Oh, Kessler wants it on 12 foot. And they got to sweep it to get it by the center guard. And it's skinny as the center guard. It rubs it. It's needed the little rub because it was heavy. So it rubbed off and gave it a little bit more curl. When you've got a stone that's coming down like that, if it rubs with not a ton of weight, if it's not a takeout and it rubs off of another stone, it will give it a little bit more spin and it can hook in behind. And that's what happened there. It took enough energy out of it too to slow it down far enough that it didn't go through. That's why it needed it. Binks is going to be on the guard again.
don't give her that
Kessler's
invite.
going to sweep it a little bit.
Take you up on that.
Or is he going to put it back? Kessler chooses to put it back.
No, I don't. But I love picking up garbage, so if you can
I'd almost consider leaving that one.
We just don't want a blue one up there.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Right. Kessler calls for another draw. This time he wants 4 foot undercover.
If you push the up on the remote, it'll switch the end here. That up? Yeah, but you gotta plug the remote to the TV. I think so. Is there a Jay? Somebody said there was a. You just hit the up on the remote?
Up arrow, but
Up arrow?
there's a little, there, yeah. It'll come. So,
Thank you.
Dylan gonna come a little heavy too. It's gonna be on the back one, which he's a touch heavy and it's okay.
there, you guys can
He's
fish
got
now.
backing there. That works.
I don't just do it. You gotta teach a man to fish.
Let's see if we can get a time here.
Yeah, so those switches.
Tennille, can you get us a time?
Which reminds me, you didn't do
Oh, Binks isn't coming in behind. They're trying to throw a corner guard, sorry.
Both of them too, probably.
I was looking for this. I was looking
And
Oh, it doesn't.
it's gonna be about halfway here
16 and a half.
16 and a half. Yeah.
on that one. So about a
The
15.
samesies.
You can go walk.
So about a
Yeah, how do you get
15.
that fancy?
We just did a time on that
Do you
one.
think I know?
We just did a time on that one, and it was a 16 and a half for the guard. So a T-line would probably be about 15 or so. You always say kind of like 6 feet per second.
I didn't.
Kessler calls a peel on the guard because that was the 5th stone and you can start peeling. He wanted a little roll inside onto the other guard so that you'd have 2 staggered guards. It didn't roll and it just flopped over a bit. Binks is calling for a draw into the middle.
Well, Max is like,
She's kind of at the point where I think she's thinking that she would typically go to the outside if she could, but now I think she's thinking she's got to beat us to the middle, get undercover, which is not a bad idea. This is looking quite light. It's not going to make the house. It's going to get across the hog line though.
Maybe it was in,
It's definitely light. Kessler is going
17
to peel that one off. That one was a 17-3.
I didn't really realize.
So every extra second on the time is means the ice is slower.
She's not. Okay. She's got contact. Is it that night or not that long?
Our boys are used to ice that runs around 14, 15. And
But only like. Okay.
Andrew was telling me today that they're finding that the ice here is running 15 in the first end, and then it settles down and really slows down to like even a 14, 13. That one was a 7.8, meaning that was peel weight, and that's what he did. Andrew's peel weight is around a 7, between a 7 and an 8. Max throws usually around an 8 to a 9. Dylan can throw a 6 to a 7, and Kessler's is about the same, about a 6 to a 7 for a peel. That's pretty hard for U15. They also tend to throw a lot more peels and keep a cleaner house and front end or guard zone than the other teams. Okay, now we have a draw from Binks. It's a 15-0 to the top of the 8 foot. So the T line would be 14-5, 14-8, 14-7. Kessler calls for a run back. Try to run the yellow one onto the blue one. Andrew doesn't throw it quite as hard. This time he tried to throw a normal weight, and it's looking pretty good. And it's just about perfect. Catches the back stone there, but it still went out, so that's good. That works.
9-4.
That was a 9-4, so that's a little up, actually. That's an up normal for him. They're trying to have their normal weight as a 10. Binks calls for a draw under cover on the right side.
Okay, I understand now. Sorry. Should all marks emails have them twice? Yes.
Over around the rings, we've got sheet A. Team Clark took 4 off of Team Radford in the first end. On sheet B, Max Metz has taken 2 in the first end, took a deuce. Of course, Bacek is up 4 on Binks after 1. Sheet D, Myers took 1 off of Smith in the first end. Sipka took 3 off of Crisco in the first end. King took 1 from LaBelle in the first end. And Capri took 1 from Lillenskold in the first end on G, and Mackenzie Kennedy is up 3-0 on Seneca. Mackenzie Kennedy, the skip of that team, is out. She's got a hurt foot right now, so their third, Sophia Boning, is playing skip right now, calling the game. Over on our sheet, we've got Kessler throwing his first stone, trying to come around the guard. Binks tried to throw a draw in behind the yellow guards and came a little light through a nice center guard, and Kessler's trying to come around it. Throws a 14-2, and that is going to be to the 4 foot. Undercover, good shot. Good couple of hits.
They're dialed now.
Boys have played a good couple ends here. They're dialed in, at least for the moment, and they're playing well. Binks calls a run back, trying to run their red or their blue one onto our yellow. If they can do that, they might have a chance to take their deuce. If they miss this, the deuce is gone. They're going to have to draw.
Did you know about it?
She comes wide, and she might catch.
Oh, I think she's got it.
Oh, she got the yellow one. She didn't get the run back, but she ticked the yellow one and peeled it out.
9 seconds. Even.
Turned out to be a good shot. Good plan B on that one. Kessler calls for another draw. Biting 4, biting 8 would be good. just don't. We just don't want it behind the tee line.
That's no email to myself.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't. I thought
For how undercover that one was, it really curled
No,
me
that's
with a 9.
They got just as, they only got what they could see.
Yeah.
So 3 here, Myers
Well, she
just
wasn't.
stole 3 on Smith.
Hold on. Oh, over on sheet C or sheet D, Team Myers from where are they from?
I don't know.
Carstairs. Team Myers from Carstairs just stole 3 off of Team Smith.
Are you timing this one, Danielle? No? I missed it. No, I missed it too.
Sorry.
It's light and tight. Oh no.
Actually, it's good.
Might be good. Go boys,
Now
go.
turn it on there.
It looked like it was tight and light, but it's not. It's going to tuck in there. The boys can need to sweep it as far as they can. The further you sweep it, the more it curls, and it is perfect. 2 perfect shots from Kessler, skip. And Team Bacek is sitting 3 right now. Chance to steal 3. And Binks is looking at trying a run back again. And they've got 2 shots. They can go for the run back. They can try to peel the yellow one because there's about a quarter or 1/8 of a stone poking out, or play the draw to the button, or draw to the cork button. That's what they're going to go for. That's the best call here.
With backing the limit
Yeah.
at least down to 1.
They're playing for 1, so they can use that backing there. Backing means things at the back of the house that you can come up to and become a little heavy, and that would cut us down to 1. But if she makes it, then she takes 1. So this is definitely the right call.
You know, Max was Disney on Ice. You just can't get it up at 15 years old.
Steal a 1 on McCutcheon here as well.
Over on sheet B, McCutcheon just stole 1.
No,
so
they
Max
got stole
Mintz.
again. Yeah,
Max Mintz stole 1, so now it's 3-0 for Max Mintz. That's a team from Grand Prairie. Our boys played them in the Winter Games last year. They had a different name and 1 or 2 different players. The girls come a little hot, and it's a steal of 3.
I gotta say, I really do love those jackets. They're the light ones, man.
Those are the
Arctic Winter Games.
Games ones, yeah. They're pretty nice. They are. So another good end from Team Bacek. After 2 ends, it's 7-0. Around the rings, we got 3-0 for Max Mintz over McCutcheon, 4-0 for Clark over whoever they're playing. And starting the third end, Max makes a nice center line guard halfway to the halfway to the hog line. Good shot.
Just time. Yeah.
If I get asked, I don't have a time for daily, I'm in trouble.
Just rubbing the guard. She roll in.
I'm getting the whole sensory experience over here.
Max with his second stone. It looks like Binks threw theirs through the house, or they hogged it. I'm not sure which. I was visiting Little Cowpoke's room, or the Little Curler's room, if you will. Max is trying to come around the center guard. They skinny the guard, but it might be a touch heavy. No, it's good. It's good. Right to the center. Right to the T line. He overcurled just a little bit, yeah. Poked out the other side. There's a corner of the stone showing, but it's an excellent shot.
What are we doing tonight for supper? I asked Dawn what he wanted to do. The smoked beef or whatever, like Fred's eating beefs or what is that?
Eating beets.
Literally kitty corner. That's what I was gonna
Dylan with his first stone here. Third end. Trying to come around the guards and freeze to the yellow one. He's a little light. He's going to overcurl. And he's going to... Oh, he got around it.
But not the second.
He didn't get around the second one, but that's okay. It moves it out. Now there's 3 guards there guarding our stone that's on the 4-foot. That actually worked out really well. Binks is going to have to look at an angle raise takeout or a draw to the 4-foot.
Right, 2 hours after. Our game starts at 5:30. 7.
Oh boy, as he turns and walks away. I'm going back to work. No. You'll say I have something to say. I'm just going back.
Binks racks on the guard, on the center guard. Kessler calls for a hit off of the blue one on the
Or not?
12-foot.
Okay. Is there any
And
walk-in
hit and flop.
available, or are you guys
And
swapping?
those two, if he makes it, those 2 yellows will be side by side, and
Okay.
really good garden for the yellow one.
Alrighty,
That's on the
thank you very
forefront.
much. That's okay. Bye.
Looking really good. He's gonna hit it and knows it, and that's just fine. There's a little bit of a hole between them, but
Exactly.
barely enough for a stone to get through. Binks' best shot here is probably to take those two guards out, but she's playing quite defensive or quite aggressive here, wanting to do a run back. She took out those two guards. She took out those two guards. She'd hit him in the crotch, and she'd be sitting there and leave a blue guard instead of two yellow ones, which would be better than two yellow guards, but this is actually a pretty good call. It's over curling. Oh, yeah, it's over curling, and it's gonna take out those two guards anyway. Oh, she went through the hole. Wow, beautiful shot. It did not look like there was a hole to get through, and she skinnied it. It was a perfect plan B.
That was really good.
Great. I didn't think she was going to make it, but she made it through. That was a beautiful shot. Kessler calls for a run back here for Andrew. Andrew throws a normal at it. And he's wide. He's going to go through that hole too. Or he's going to take them both out. He slid wide on that one. Not the plan, but it's not the end of the world either. This is the third end. Optimally, Team Batcheck would want to force Team Binks to one. If he'd made that, they'd be in really good steal territory.
Is that athletics or live heavy?
All right, he's going for the hit and flop, maybe get the double. Kessler tapped his chest, calling for normal weight. The signals the skip gives, usually the higher on the body they signal or tap, the higher weight they want, the more weight they want. He called for, and Andrew's wide again. I'm gonna peel it off though. Binks with third stone. Goes for a draw. Trying to draw in behind that yellow guard there, I think. Comes a little heavy. Girls just leave. Oh, no, it's behind the tee line. It's not through. Kessler swept it a little bit. It sits on the back 8. Kessler was looking at hitting, and Dawn calls him off. Might not be a bad idea to freeze to that one. If you freeze to it, you could force them to. It takes away their playing area. On the other hand, you could play a double on it. They're pretty parallel. If you played the double, you got to hit the left one, and probably half a stone, maybe a little more than half a stone. Oh, Kessler's calling the one on the right there. Maybe he's trying to play the double that way. I think that's there too.
That's the Robbie Max.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Slide.
Yeah, it is.
Over on sheet A, Team Clark just took another one, stole one, and it is now 5-0 for Clark. On sheet H, Kennedy took 3, stole 3, and it is 6-0 for Kennedy over Seneca. Bacek with his Kessler with his delivery. Looks like he's on the guard.
Yeah, whatever I get, I'll get back.
He's going to peel the guard. That's okay. That was a tough one to get around to.
I would have the open one. Get the open one. It's the same thing.
Yeah, I probably would have went that way
I
too.
just put it there so that I can reach it. So.
Just easier. You wouldn't have gotten undercover or anything, but
Yeah, either way you're not getting
yeah.
it.
No.
You don't want to wreck anything up front.
This is okay.
Yeah.
Maybe at least you got the guard on.
Binks is going to draw. Leah to sit 3. If they sit 3, then whatever happens, Kessler's going to take something out or freeze to something.
Yes. I like this.
Binks with her first stone.
Or no, that's her first. They have
Trying to
hammer.
draw.
Yeah, I know.
Girls were off of it, now they just jumped it. It was looking hot, but it just kind of died. And she got it pretty much exactly where she wanted it. So it looks like it's fighting 4. Pretty much fighting 4. And covering up the back one. A couple of shots Kessler could go for is a run back or a double off the 2 on the right side. It's there. He could draw in behind it. I don't think there's a triple there. Maybe, but it wouldn't even be worth trying, I don't think. Oh, they're looking at the back one. Oh, they're still looking at that double on the back, maybe. Oh, no, they're still looking at the... they're looking at the triple. It is there, I guess. He's gonna have to throw some heat at it. If he... Should he flash on this one, he could give up 4. However, if he makes it, he can steal one.
But I'm in.
As long as he gets 2 of them out, that's golden.
Oh, yeah. That's why you get a quick flash back.
Kessler with the delivery. He's throwing some up weight here.
He's outside.
He's wide. He might get the other one though.
Yeah.
He's got the first one, and he's got the back one, and leaves 2. So Binks has a open draw for 3.
Can't have that. It's future.
Yeah.
You want to... She a little wide there? Tight. No, I know, but that was pretty wide.
Binks with delivery. She's got a wide open draw for 3 here. Girls are walking beside it, saying it's heavy. Stay off of it. She's got backing back there, so I think she's good. Yeah. Now they're sweeping it. Again, it died after the hog line. And she got the 3. She got the triple. So the score after 3 ends is 7-3. We wanted a force there to take the hammer back in the even ends, but them taking 3, not exactly the way we want to take the hammer back, but it is what it is. We're still up 4. Over on sheet G, going into 4th end, Lillian School and Capri. Capri is up 3-0 on Lillian School. Bell and King are 3-2 for LaBelle, looks like. Sipka is up 5-0 on Crisco.
They're greasy, those guys. Crystal.
Clark is up 5-0 on Radford, with 2 blues, 2 Clarkstones sitting in the house right now. Binks with the first stone. Binks tries for a center guard. Gets a nice center guard, not quite to the line though, so it can be moved over. Just can't be taken out. Kessler calls for a corner guard from Max.
I don't know, but I didn't think that hard last time we were about the time. It was like, get out around this time. 20 minutes.
Binks trying to draw in behind their center guard because they don't have a hammer. Max got his center guard a little tighter to the middle than he wanted it, but that's fine. And the center and the draw goes to the 4th foot. It's wide open. Kessler calls for a hit. Max is asking if maybe he wants to roll away to the left. It's a good call because you want to split the house. Stones that are on the outside of the rings are harder to hit than ones that are in the middle. And so if he makes this, and this is actually an easier hit to roll to the left anyway.
Like, look for bright green. Or bright green.
Max is throwing about a a little more than board weight, and he's going to nose it. It's a good shot. Excellent.
Max makes another hit.
Max makes another hit. He doesn't throw a lot of hits, but when he does and he makes them, he's happy as a clam. Binks calls a hit, and they're going to nose it. Actually, they flopped inside under the guard. It was a beautiful shot. Just about perfect. Exactly what she asked for. Kessler calls for a peel or a run back here. Probably peel is better because we have hammer. It makes the run back, that's fine, but making the run back would meet them a guard. And it looks like he's going to make the run back. Nope, he peels it off. Good, perfect shot. Looking around the rings, there's a whole lot of games with lots and lots of guards and lots of rocks in play. You can kind of tell which teams hit the most because they don't have as many stones in play. And those games with lots of stones in play usually end up with a big score here and there, but it kind of shows that they're quite strong with the hits. Binks trying to throw a guard. It looks like they're going to freeze or bump. A bump is good. And they get a little bit of a bump, and Kessler's probably going to call the double here. Correction, he calls for a hit and roll under cover. It's fine too because that one in the back isn't as consequential. It doesn't really hurt us.
Last call for lunch buffet.
And he's got it.
Last call for lunch
I
buffet.
think he's going to roll out though. He's going to peel it off. Made the shot though. Got rid of it. Team Binks with the delivery, trying to guard their one at the back again. They kind of want a tight guard here, I think. It's gonna curl almost. It's good. Nice guard. Guarding their stone up just about perfect. It's right under cover there. And Andrew's gonna try to run back. Don't think it's going to curl enough. They're trying to carve it. He's going to hit it for sure. Nope, he peels it off. But he sticks around. Just didn't quite curl enough on that one. Binks tries a draw here. Undercover. Looks like they're hot. But again, it dies. And it was looking really heavy. And then once it got past half, it just kind of died. I wonder if there's as much pebble on this end of the ice as there is on the other. Kessler's looking at a hit on the back one, which is middle of the forefoot. If he noses it, then he will be sitting shot stone. Maybe even flop a little bit. Oh, he wants to nose it. hit. This one's looking better. He's definitely got a piece of it. If he can get by the guard, he's by the guard easily, and he's gonna nose it. Oh, he flops to the outside, and it's gonna just bite. It's starting to get tough to get our deuce here. In order to get the deuce, we gotta play. Both of Kessler's stones need to score. But if Binks comes a touch light and leaves her stone at the top of the house, pretty much anywhere in the top of the house, Kessler can play a double off of it. Yeah, weight looks deep. It's going to be through.
You got things under control here.
It'll be just through. Kessler will help it. I think Kessler can get to that blue one with a hack weight. It's a tough one to come around from the inside, but he could probably more easily get to it from the outside because it is poking out the outside. Puts his broom down to ask the front end what they can see. Max says that he can see enough.
You want me to tell him that you need a haircut?
He's looking to. So he's thinking about hitting and rolling to the right. If he makes it, then a deuce or a triple is still in play. Don calls him back for a timeout. He's probably going to say maybe you should just freeze to it or play it quiet and try to nose it. I don't know. We'll see.
Kid has that too. In fact, he's asked a few times. It's a gut punch. Yeah. Yeah. Same in the Okay. So curling's becoming cool, is what you're saying. Yeah. It's the cool kid sport now. Wow. Okay. The next generation.
It looks like Kessler's decided to draw in behind the blue one. If he does that, then there's a really good chance he can still get his deuce because he's got last stone. I think they're thinking maybe don't get too greedy. When you get too greedy, sometimes you start taking unnecessary risks when you're up, and then that's when things kind of go south.
Okay.
It's the delivery.
People staying apart from each other because no information.
Wow.
He needs to be shot stone, and I think he's light. Not going to get there. But it is far enough you can play off of it. It's just biting. A little bit light. Can't play off that. Actually, can't play off that. It's too undercover. So the deuce is probably gone now.
Come on, boys. Yeah. You don't get this in hockey. I'll tell you, that's never happened. Maybe they'll open their eyes. Maybe tonight's the night. teenage boy's dream right there. Oh, yeah.
If she leaves it high, like in the 8-foot, 12-foot, and Kessler could still play off of it.
That's where you gotta say no. Tell me about you. Tell people about you. Let's talk about ring there.
Weight looks pretty good, actually.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, it's looking good, but it's over curling. They need to get on it. Nope, it's going to be light. It's light. It comes up as a guard, and it's not really playable. Kessler's trying to see if he can find a way to get the blue one out, because if you get the blue one out and stick around, he could get 3, but it's probably not worth it. I think he's just got to draw and take his 1 here. A couple of things he could do. If he were to try to bump, he could get around the guard to the yellow one, but not with the weight he needs to get the blue one out. He would have to get the blue one right out. So he could still try to hit from the other side, which is what he's going to try. So he's taking about a foot of ice here, so he's going to throw probably a board weight, or a control weight actually, I'd say. If he makes this and sticks around, he'll still take his 3. If he misses, he'll give up a steal of 1. Yes, with delivery. Looks like he's got a control weight. They're on it to keep it straight. Now they're trying to curl it, and it's going to be close. It's really close. He's got it. He might just roll out, though, but he's got it. And it's okay to roll out because he got the deuce.
Only 1.
Oh, just
maybe even a steal.
looks like may have still stolen. Oh, and they're saying it's 1 yellow. Won the hard way there.
I actually don't know if that could have been any better because he didn't have much.
He could have been this much closer, was about all he had.
Yeah.
Tighter to that guard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But more weight.
He wouldn't
More
have been
weight, it
able to
wouldn't
get
have
to it.
curled.
I think that was as good as that.
And we're going into the 4th end break here. The score is currently 8-3, so 5 up after 4 ends here. Looking around the ice, we've got Clark and Bradford on sheet 1 at 7-0 for Clark. Sheet 2, it is Max Mentz 4-0 on McCutcheon. Bacek on sheet C 8-3 for Binks. Myers currently 5-2 over Smith after 4. We're just finishing up the 5th end. Sipka 5-1 over Crisco. Capri 3-0 over Lundskold after 3. They're in the fourth end. And Kennedy 6-1 over Seneca in the fourth end.
They got one. Little trainer cards are doing. So all the teams, they all got one. And then every day they get a pack.
Fries and order fries. If you want to order that.
Talk to my dietitian.
Submit the proper paperwork.
And it's all like,
Paperwork.
you had to send in like a little picture. No, it's encouraging them to talk to them.
And then there's some rare cards. I don't know what rare cards look like.
Well, the
Yeah, you guys prizes were like AirPods, laptops, PlayStation. Donated? That's nice. That's a great idea. Yeah. We're gonna have a dance tonight. We're gonna have a DJ setting up. Right up here. It's gonna be like a mini rave or something. It's gonna be like this mini rave and it's like neon and there's like a candy bar. You guys got really good sponsorship. Yeah.
I better not. I don't know. I'm trying to see how much I have. This cookies is making it $0.
Yeah.
Now that I'm
So your plan advance based on your budget?
but I can get 50. I only have 15. Maybe 2 5.
Yeah.
In a minute.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they're full. So we have to go to Plan B. Like I remember last year, remember we walked in, there was girls around here somewhere that was close. If you want to stay close, but I think they're here.
Are we kind of hoping to stay the same parking slot or
Yeah.
they're holding it for Jay anyway. If you think about it, if I win, then that just means.
That is sweet.
Oh, is it? And I bought you a treat.
You bought me some cereal. Thank you.
Don't say I never do anything nice for you.
Thank you.
Let's go to the Google.
Somebody had said, the lady on the airplane, if I recall, because I recall everything on her.
Especially that.
Wednesday night. Is that Freddie's? Better than Fred's. Yeah, was that the
That's
one?
one that we can't go to.
We can't go there?
Last year.
Maybe she said Teddy.
Oh.
Should we go
Or
to the plant?
Jeremiah's.
Should we go
To
to
be
the,
honest, it could have been.
should we go to the plant-based Metro Physical Cafe?
Oh.
I vetoed that one.
The Team Batchek scored one in the fourth end, so they are throwing first. Max throws a perfect centerline guard. Again, the score is 8-3 after 4 innings. Binks calls for a corner guard.
Cardboard. That's rude. The golden star.
Oh my God, this song. God. This radio station slaps. So good.
It slaps.
It slaps. That's what the kids say.
I don't know that
You
one.
know who I am for sure.
Chris, get with it. Jesus.
You're never gonna forget me. Ever?
Seriously, like we're really appealing to a certain age with this, and I dig it. I dig it.
That's why I have to say that on the favorites.
Yeah. Are you born between 76 and 82? Then you are gonna love the station.
Well, hand Lindsay the Viking will do karaoke.
Yeah.
I have like a bunch of songs.
What are we watching here?
It's just about radio with me.
Hey, can you check
Not
that
the
one?
whole thing. Today I shared private radio.
Oh, right there.
Broke it, smashed it, radio. I'd rather drink the one.
Oh, this one.
Oh, it's good.
We're not going to hear the whole time. Play it aside. Bye, Daddy. Wait. Oh, you're in your phone. Yeah. Yeah, but you don't wear the phone.
This would be a good one.
Just don't even. Don't even. Hey. So we
Coming up
sat
with
here.
Dylan's first stone, or second stone. Currently, nothing is in the house. That check is a few inches in front of the house, just off center line. Binks throws a draw, comes a little heavy, skates to the back, 12 foot. Kessler calls for a draw inside under cover, under the center line guards. If they can get this, it's pretty tough to get out because those two guards are slightly staggered.
I'm gonna spoil that shot. Say it was really good. Yeah.
Piper, you want to come help Grandma? Look what I did. I just got Brady all over me. I need to help her out.
Dylan comes a little bit light. Andrew was saying that earlier today that the ice here starts out keen and then around the fourth end break really tightens up and gets heavy. So we'll see if we can get a time on it. Binks was trying to draw around the center line guards or the center guards, and she comes inside and light, and it's over curling, and it's going to leave another guard. So Kessler will try coming around yet again.
Is it bad? Oh my gosh. Is it bad?
There's a 5-star Caribbean. 5 out of 5. Like right close. There's a kebab spot. 4.6 out of 5.
Kessler calls to clean out some of the guards.
And a 4.4 and a 4.5 Asian place within walking distance.
Dylan throws a heater. Not his hardest, of course, but threw a little up normal and peels off the top one.
No, he's coming tonight.
Binks calls for a draw to the button in behind the guards. This one looks like it's going to be short again. And it's going to leave another guard out in front.
Nope, it made it.
Kessler calls for the double on the two blue ones.
Turn around. See Nene.
If you should happen to get this, he could end up with a run back that knocks the yellow one in further back onto that blue one. Andrew with delivery. And he's got the top one. And he takes out the yellow and the blue and knocks the blue one back a bit.
Shot. Nice shot. Where they have that playground inside? You could probably take that. Well, maybe they did it.
Binks with a beautiful draw in behind the guards. Right to the top of the forefoot. It's just about perfect. Kessler calls for run back. Try to get as many of those guards out as possible. Clean it up and then start picking them off inside.
My back is getting very strong.
Oh, and it over curls just a bit. Boys weren't sweeping it. They didn't. I think that one was a line call error because it just curled an inch too far. If they'd been sweeping it, it probably would have stayed and they would have gotten a couple of them out.
That one is the second one? No, the first one.
Lindsay, you want to go there? Look at their the plates.
What is
It's all
Royal
like,
Trident?
yeah. Oh. It's like they're in there.
Love it.
Yeah, like it's all on Royal Trident. So
That's awesome.
we can treat you to that.
That's the good stuff.
Yeah.
Kessler's looking at those guards again.
Use it a big Slurpee.
We can do Chinese. There's two Chinese places.
I don't care.
I tried to get Don to make the decision yesterday, and he said he was okay with the barbecue place, but
It'd be nice if we had the cars.
yeah, because one of them's like a block and a half that way, and one's a block and a half that way. So
Kessler's trying to
by
run
the time
back.
you drive there, it's
We get rid of those
probably going to drive
guards
3
there.
blocks to the park.
Problem is he could very well get rid of them, but leave another guard. Or 2 guards even.
I got the grandma on. Sometimes she asks for my location.
It's close. He's got at least 2 of them. And he drives his yellow one back onto the red one to sit for shot. Wow, what a shot. I mean, the yellow one back onto the blue one to sit shot. Beautiful, beautiful still. And he called it too. I think it was a little bit of a plan B, but the first goal was to get rid of the guards. But he made the perfect stone.
How are you doing? Back in the ring? Hoping I'd see you here.
Just got here.
Yeah, did you?
All right, so I wonder where you guys were.
We were in Edmonton, we went to a concert last night. Nice.
Binks is looking at a hit here.
Jelly roll. Oh, okay, yeah. It was really good. Yeah, it was And you? You're
Here,
daughter or
son here.
Oh, okay.
The third kid. I don't remember his name.
Binks tries to take out the yellow stone that's sitting on bite or sitting in the 8-foot there, and comes a little inside, takes out their guard, which actually is just as good a shot for them too. Kessler's looking at freezing to the 2 back ones, perhaps. He can definitely do that. With halfway, he can probably even get around the guard and bump out. But it might be advantageous to just throw a guard or to tap the yellow one back, or even just bite the 12-foot on the yellow one and try to force them to make a double.
What are we drinking?
I don't know.
Not yet?
Wow, I've been pretty good.
I'm buying little Libby.
Don calls a timeout, and they're still going to try to freeze there. I do like this because it ensures that they can't get the deuce.
We stopped for breakfast ice cream.
This is Kessler's last stone. Would it even be okay if you rubbed off the yellow and rolled in a little bit? That would be fine too. And split them up.
He's a farmer. He can move his farm here. Can't he? Or farm here.
Isn't she totally like?
We don't really need the mom and dad. We just need
Well, she's your grandparent, Prairie fashion.
They're not around, right?
Yeah.
They're not here around for logging, are they?
It's going to be close. It's going to be by the yellow one. He might rub the yellow one here. Split them, which isn't bad. He's by it, and he's made the perfect stone. Exactly what he wanted. He wanted the freeze. He didn't quite get the freeze. They're about 6 inches apart, but that is just fine because Binks could pick that out of there. They can peel it out, but it is a very good chance it would jam. So looks like Binks is going to try to draw. This is the right call for them, for sure. Although if they did try to just tap the yellow one back, they'd be shot stone for one. There is a thin double there, but you're probably going to jam, but you could possibly do it. No, I think you can get it. But we can get it.
They're just trying to draw
It
to
is
that
there.
second one.
Binks with the draw. They're just following us in. And she's a little bit wide. Nope.
Perfect.
She's got it. A little heavy. And
For one.
and she got one out of it. So she bumped the yellow one back, just as I had said, and shot stone.
Can you ever get that out?
So after 5 ends, it is 8-4 for Team Bink, or for Team Bacek. Team Bacek has hammer. In the 6th here.
I just might be working to get the clothes.
You're a baker.
Binks took one, so they're gonna shoot first here. Clark has extended their lead on sheet 8 to 9-0. On sheet H, Kennedy's game is now over after 5 ends. After 4 ends, 9-1. They took three scores of 3. Binks with the center guard, right on the center lane. On sheet E, Sitka is up 6-1 on Crisco.
Are they good?
Lindsay.
Yeah. It's helping watch Piper.
Oh,
So that I can watch.
Nope.
round on the Ingrams.
There's no proof that
Binks with their second lead stone. And it's going to be a little bit light. That was a 15-4. Actually, it might just bite the house, but not quite. 15-4, so it's tightened up a little bit. Kessler calls for a draw to the outside. Max comes a touch light. He throws a 15-5. Throws a corner guard, that's okay. Boys just need to know that the ice is tightening up a bit and it's getting a little stickier. I think the pebble's coming off and it's starting to get a little frosty. Often, as the game progresses, all these people are out here and it's a big rink, and so there's lots of people playing, and that warms the air up, and then the plant has to work harder to cool the ice down. Another thing that could be happening is that from all their breath, there's more moisture in the air, and so that gets some frost on the ice. Kessler calls a double on the 2 guards for Dylan. peels the top one.
That may be like the end,
I wonder if it gets curlier too. So it gets heavier through the game, but then does it?
Curl more?
Mm-hmm.
Or do you have to throw harder to
Yeah.
throw through the break though? Like
Yeah.
in golf, right? Like the harder you hit it, you take the break away. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you're throwing through some of the bend,
Yeah,
right?
that's true.
It's on the buffet line.
Binks with trying to draw in behind the guard there. It's looking pretty good. And it's going to be to the button, just back button. Kessler calls for, looks like he's going to try to run back here, or peel the guard, gets a run back, that's great. But he would like to get rid of those guards to open it up. Calls for a peel weight by touching his head. See what kind of weight Dylan gets on this. He peels the top guard and
Tucks it under.
rubs and then hits his own yellow guard, corner guard, and tucks it under the blue guard. Actually turned out really well. Got rid of two of those, some of the junk up front. That one was a 7.96 and 8 second takeout. Binks is looking at it. She's looking at throwing another guard. She wants to freeze on the blue one, so it's staggered. That's a really good call, actually. It's the right call. Let's see if we can get a time here. And when we're timing from hog to hog.
Because I was rearranging chairs for
And that's a 14.5. That should have been into the house. It shouldn't have died where it did. Unless the pebble is worn down the middle. That could be what's going on. I don't know. Kessler calls for a double on the guards from Andrew.
Some of those girls are.
That's a 7-4 on that one. He hit both of the two blue guards. Yellow one peeled off, and then one of the blue ones rolled into the house, just biting 12 foot. Binks trying to throw center guard. Weight on that one was a 16.2. Kessler's choices here. He could freeze to the blue one. He could try a run back on the angle raise takeout on the blue one, which is what he's looking at. Calls for peel weight. Oh, now he's looking at the top guard there. Double peel on the guards.
What's wrong with
And And he got one. He got the angle out, but set a better lineup for the blue and the yellow one. That was a 7-3.
Big friend. Well, you were right. She actually is a fashion designer. And she's studying in France. And she said she hasn't done it since her child. So she just found it exhausting.
Yeah. That's so funny.
And that's actually her. She's the mom of the Sea Boy. SCE.
Oh,
with the helmet. Over there at the counter. We identified her as my Grand Prairie fashion influencer. She likes the titles.
Binks got a center guard there, so Kessler's looking at what he can do. There is a double raise run back, but I'm not sure that's what you should do. I think it'd be better actually to try to come around and freeze to it or bump it if you can. Or even actually if he were to draw top 4 angled, then he could tap it and play for his last stone. That actually is an option. There's about a few inches between those two, the blue stone and the yellow stone. I'm not sure how I like going after this double raise run back here. If you make it, you're a hero, but freezing is probably a better stone, a better shot. And if you corner freeze it, you could actually come with your last stone and knock it out for 3. And that's what Kessler's decided to do. He's decided to freeze to it because it is behind the tee line. Really good chance that we're cut down to 1 here, but there is still a chance to take a multiple. Couple 3 maybe. Now, as we said, the ice seems to be getting a little heavier, so Kessler will need to compensate for that. We'll see what happens. Kessler is usually spot on. Delivery line looks good as long as the weight is there. Weight looks pretty close. They're sweeping it for distance.
13.9.
It's pretty close, and he's got it. We still want it angled his best, and he covers the pin.
That was
Beautiful shot.
13.9.
Oh, it was a 13.9. Huh. 15.9. With Tennille timed that one, she got a 15 or 13.
13. Is that what she said?
Yeah. 13. Oh, yeah, because it's heavier. Yeah. Tennille timed that one and got a 13.9 on it, so it is definitely
With a ton of sweeping.
with a ton of sweeping. So it is definitely at least a second heavier than it was in the first end. Beautiful shot to sit 1. Binks has got a nice call here. Actually, she wants to freeze to our yellow one, force us to 1. That's actually a pretty good call. This is her last stone. She can't pick that out to score. I like that she's being patient and she knows when to just give one and cut your losses. Sometimes you have to do that. So if this goes anywhere near that, and she's heavy, it's going to skate through. Kessler has a couple options. One option is to throw he threw a backline weight, which is what he's going to try to do. He's going to try to bump his yellow into the blue and bump it out, or at least to the back of the house. Oh, Don calls a timeout. Over on sheet E, looks like they're done 7-1 after 6 ends. Sitka beats Crisco.
Move it out of the 4 for 2.
Yeah, if you can move it out of
the 12 foot for
if you
3.
can move it out of the 4, you'll take 2. If you can move it out of past the 8 foot to the 12 foot, he'll take 3. And if he misses, well, then he still takes 1, and it'll be 9-4.
Curl.
He's got a curl here. It'll come. They're trying to carve it. No, he's got it. He's got it. They're just going to move it out far enough. And for 3. And Team Batchik takes 3 on that one. Beautiful shot. Absolutely perfect. Nice, quiet takeout. Not even a takeout, it was just a tap. Beautiful.
It was a good sweep. It was racking.
That's right. It looked like it was racking.
That was perfect. Absolutely perfect.
Clapping, and I looked over to see if it was, and then I was like, no, but I still have to see what happens here.
That was perfect. Beautiful shot. So the score now is 11-4 for Team Batchik over Binks. Binks is deciding whether they're going to play one more or not.
It doesn't jam on that thing.
So going into the 7th end, it's 11-4 for Batchik over Binks. Binks has hammers, so Batchik is going to throw first.
Oh, off the other way.
Yeah, you might.
You said that right before it happened.
Kessler calls for it's like a draw to the button. Oh, sorry. Just biting 12 foot.
I think the kids are staying there. Yeah. Well, like doing, no, you know what? I think that they really want to do it.
Yeah, okay.
Because if they don't do them now, all of the girls are going to have them on their third draw day. And they won't know their names and parents.
Max gets his center guard, but he wanted it just biting. That's just perfect. Yeah, he wanted it just bite. Just 12. Which is fine. This is good too.
You going for a steal at 8 or like?
No, he wanted to. Yeah.
Force them to keep it clean?
He wanted to bite and then keep it clean. The reason he wanted that rock in the house was just so that he could play off of anything. And with the guard there, now he's got the guard, and they've snuck one in behind, so he can do a run back, or he can draw freeze to the one that's on the button, but he's elected for the run back. Kessler wants to keep this as clean as possible, simply because we're up by 7 points. It's pretty tough to come back 7 points in 2 ends, 7th and 8th, but as long as you hit a few stones, it should be good. Max comes and hits, and he's going to hit the top one. He's not going to get the run back. He peels it off. And because that was Kessler's stone, he's able to do that. He doesn't have to replace it. Binks calls for a center guard.
I don't know why I think that seems like a really
I don't have a card. I do my best. I'll be back.
So she makes the center guard. Let's see what happens here. Yeah. So she comes into the house, and Kessler calls for a double. Dylan. He comes with the delivery, coming with the heat. And it's going to overcurl and just peel the top. No, he's got it. He's got it perfectly. And a really nice roll, too. Beautiful stone. That one was kind of a peel weight, but a down weight peel weight. Binks calls for another center line guard. Just biting, or just in front of the house. Definitely a guard. Question, will it make it past the hog line? Yes, it will. They want to take it as deep as they can, but actually, if they leave it, it won't curl as much, and they should have left it because they need the center line, or the center guard. Kessler calls for a drawing behind the guard. Dylan.
What time do they play?
The boys are on it for weight. Line looks good, and the weight looks good to me. Okay, now they got to leave it. They want it high. They don't want it too deep. That's pretty good. Actually, it's a little higher than Kessler, a little deeper, about a foot deeper than Kessler wanted it. But that is really nice. They could play double on the left one, but that would be a waste of energy because they need to score a lot of points. That one was a 13-9, so that was a 13-9 with help. So you're probably looking at about a 13-5 to the tee line. Kessler calls for another draw behind the guards. This is Andrew's first stone, third stone.
It would be fun to curl around.
Andrew's signaling that he's wide. And I think he might be heavy too. The boys aren't even close to it.
Hit that big slush pile.
But it just died. And it's actually going to stick around the house, I think. It was a 12-9, a 13, so... Oh, maybe she'll get it through. Oh, Binks swept it just through. Binks with livery, trying to play the double here, which probably isn't the shot she should be calling. She should be going for the... She may got one out, but she probably should have been trying to draw. She needs to score. Kessler's probably gonna call the draw in a round. Correction. He's decided to run the two guards. Oh, now he's looking at drawing around. Nope. He wants to run the two guards.
He was yakking to these guys. I don't know who made the final decision, but
I kind of like coming around anyway. I think that would be a better shot just simply because it keeps the pressure on them and they have to outdraw.
wish they'd been heavy on a lot of draws.
Yeah. And he's got the top one for sure. He came a little wide again. And because he needed to hit the top one just to the right of nose. But he came wide and just peeled it off, and that's okay too.
That's what I said. I was like,
Binks with the delivery. Just trying to hit the yellow one. And she's gonna get it. Makes the hit. So Kessler will come down and hit that one. He wants to hit and roll under the guard.
we're jealous. Yeah.
Kessler's not taking much ice, so he's going to hit a, probably throwing at least a normal.
It's so funny you say that because when we were driving, I don't know, yesterday or the day before,
Oh, threw a control at it. But he threw wide, and so he's going to nose it.
Gonna get you.
And he's got it. So Binks is going to hit and roll under probably, and then she can make. Oh, she calls a draw.
Like, oh my god, like.
Well, and the weekend before I was in Edmonton, so Wednesday to Sunday in Edmonton, Wednesday to Monday.
Yeah.
Now Wednesday to Sunday here, and then next week.
Binks with delivery. She's saying stay off of it. She feels like she's heavy. And it's going to over curl and rack on the guard there. It's going to rub and split them. Nothing really happened there. So Kessler, his options now are he could run those guards if he wanted. He can draw in behind. He can tap the yellow one. He can split the yellow one. Lots of options. He can draw around. I kind of like the idea of a tap or a split. It's good practice, and it's not a tough tap either. Even if you showed a double there, so that's what he's going to go for. Try to tap the yellow one onto the button.
Oh, okay.
The biggest part of curling is the head game and what happens in your head. And one thing that you like to try to do is make sure that the team knows that you can make the shots. And when you do that, it kind of demoralizes them a little bit. I like to say curling is a game of control. You want to force the other team to do what you want them to do. Kessler with the delivery. Looking close, he says he's a little wide. That is okay as long as he taps it. It's coming back. They're trying to carve it. Carve it means to make it curl by sweeping on one side. Now they're keeping it straight, and he's got it. Beautiful shot. Break to the tee line, full 4 foot.
Well, thanks.
You're not doing your dog?
Yeah, no, I wasn't. I'm surprised she didn't say anything. He gets really worked up, you know? Kind of point it a little bit more this way. There you go. Oh, one more time.
Binks is looking at the double here. Really, at this point, it's just for practice anyway, so
There you go.
might as
It
well.
goes away.
If she makes a double and noses it and makes this double,
There you go. Perfect. Thank
she
you.
won't even be able to be in the house unless it rolls a little bit, which it could.
There's always nothing in
it's
the house
unlikely.
if you don't change it.
What sheet are we in next?
She's a little wide. I think she's going to peel the top one off. Oh, it's coming back. Nope, she's going to peel it off. And that's a steal of 1 for Team Badcheck. After 7 ends, it is 12-4.
He's moving slow because he's like, are we just going to do this again?
I just go throw fucking X's on the
Girls are tired, boys are tired.
I guess the break. They ended earlier.
You never know. They could score
8 in the last end. You tie it up without hammer.
Maybe not.
Yep, looks like Team Binks is going to play one more end.
Sheet 4 yellow rocks. We just move over.
It
one.
is technically possible for them to
tie
it, but they would have to score an 8-ender, which is quite unlikely. An 8-ender is the curling equivalent of a hole-in-one in golf.
Literally put one in the house and then take theirs out and go shake hands because we took them out of.
It's not even possible.
Sometimes
They can tie.
teams like to
Take one
play
out and
just
go
for
shake
practice,
hands.
but
8 minus 4 is 8. Like,
8. Yeah. So
yeah,
take one
they
of
can
theirs
tie
out.
with an 8-ender.
Yeah.
So
So take one of theirs out, shake hands. You can't win. Like let's go.
Kessler just has to take one of their stones out of the house. If one goes through, if something doesn't go to the house, the game is over. Might as well practice, I guess.
not when you've got another game.
No, I mean
We have
for
3
us,
tomorrow.
because they're forcing us to.
And we have 3 games tomorrow.
Yeah, you were in there.
Oh.
I was in there.
Like there's other people that are like with them. They're only up like 3 or 4 or 5. Yeah.
Yep, that'll be it.
Middle pieces. Not one versus like the top versus the bottom. Yeah, if they move ours off, then we take it out. It's game over. There it is.
Take it out.
Wish we had some cards.
That's game over.
Game.
That's game.
So they took ours off the center line, and now it is impossible for them to win. They should be shaking hands.
It's mathematically impossible.
It is mathematically impossible for them to tie the game.
Then. So there's
It's the 8th.
Oh.
We're up 12-4.
They've got one robbery behind us.
Why doesn't it? So is that?
Kessler calls to peel off his own stone,
They're just taking.
play the run back. He makes the run back.
Well, we're living vicariously through you.
Well, we have Rory here, and since the game is over, but they keep playing, Rory's going to give us a tune.
What do you want? Name your song.
I was going to commentate the last end, Chris.
Oh, yeah.
Now I'm completely unprepared. Let me come up with a
Well,
song.
come sit, Rory, and you can go take.
Oh, here. This is your song. This has got to be your song.
She's my cherry pie. Wow,
All right.
wow. We went from Dan Hill to Warrant. Wow, that was a big jump. I wasn't prepared. I'll be better tomorrow, Chris. I'm sorry.
And we're back in the 8th end here. Up 12-4, and Binks continues to play. Boys are just hitting everything just for practice because the game is over. It is mathematically impossible for Binks to even tie. So they're just playing run backs. Andrew just made a beautiful double. Now they're going for a long run back, possibly a run back triple. Oh, he's very close. He's gonna hit one of the. Nope, he just peels it off. A fine shot too.
I was looking for top 8 to go to 5 p.m. I'm not sure where we'll go. But I'm going to look back. They're going to get the game story at 5 o'clock. What you guys want to be? You guys want food? Okay, I'm gonna run your stuff out and then I'll be back with all the other stuff that I'll get the additional stuff.
Jordan Were you with her?
Kessler's playing a wide open hit here. Looks like it's gonna over curl. It might jam here. Nope, it's good. And he sticks around. Bad check is currently sitting 3. Binks calls for a takeout.
I'm stealing your chair for a table.
After 30 years of curling, this is the first time I've ever seen this, where a team was mathematically out of the game and they kept playing. Typically, you would shake hands. It is actually the correct thing to do, and it is the polite thing to do. And curling is a game of etiquette, and the etiquette is that you shake hands. When you are completely out, the game is over. They should not be playing this. But it's not actually up to Team Bad Check.
The other team has to concede.
The other team has to concede. So Kessler calls for another hit. If he makes this, he can hit and flop and possibly be sitting 4.
We're right here, so.
4. Sweet. Can you just move down? Our next game will be at 5 p.m. So practice will start at 4:30.
Yellow rocks on the floor, so easy setup.
And we will have yellow rocks on that game too. So set up for our stream. Kessler looks like he's gonna let it curl a little more than he wanted to, and it's gonna hit it on the other side and goes out. Team Bad Check sits 4. Team Binks is going to need to draw against 4. If they miss, the final score will be 16-4.
Don't throw that out in the universe, say if. Just now they're not going to miss.
And we're still going to win.
But I'd like to win one
Binks with the delivery. It's way out there. She is wide. She may and heavy. It might rub off that guard. And she rubs off the guard. But it might just curl in to out-count something. And
We'll
does
give
it?
3. 3, yeah. Count to 3. Steal the 3. 15-4.
Bad Check steals 3. Final score is 15-4. Correction. 14-4. I think it was 2. I think it's 2.
Here, you take those 2 and I'll take that one.
Whatever it is. I'll put 2 in here. Oh.
Are you still streaming?
Yeah.
She was taking stuff
Downstairs?
Thank you everyone for watching. We will see you at 5 p.m. 4:30 actually in Newfoundland. Thank you. I guess it'd be 3:30 in Newfoundland. No, 2:30 in Newfoundland.
No, it's like way late. No, it'd be like.
Oh yeah, it'd be 7. I think so.
There is a phone over there.
No, my phone's here. Mine's right here.
Yeah, and I put my stuff on pack too.
And I have to. blowing.
I don't all know.
Get with the program.
But I feel bad.
I'm sure I'll see you around.
I was telling her, explaining how Kim was. And she said, oh, how did you find that track get there? Like, oh, well, that's because the rock hit it dead on instead of ricochet. I said, well, I don't understand. And so, and I won't do it because I said, well, so I used her shoulder. And I said, well, that's like if a rock goes like this and then they ricochet too. Or if it hits a solid like this. And it literally just used my fingertips. She showed me later that night. I'm like,
Oh, they show you. I know Brad.
yeah,
So
Brad
Brad shows me, and then he gets angry. And I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I'm not, like, I didn't intentionally try to hurt you. Or, like, I'll get excited and I'll be like, God. And he's like, right, just right. Oh, no.
and so, that's it. I'm always that guy to jostle around with, and then I find
Tracy's mom thinks she knows why they kept playing.
Hello? Sure. Seriously. How are you? I would assume probably not. I'm up in Grand
Okay, who are you pointing at? What's Landry, isn't it?
Okay, well, I can call Brad right now. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so, okay, I'll figure it out. But somebody will be there.
after the boys at the
Perfect, thank you.
downstairs while we're there, kids' snacks are doing okay.
Oh, do you have this year's sponsors?
Is that last year's? Shoot, shoot,
Not that
shoot.
it's much different, but it's
No, but it is different.
well. There, we've got a game over. Which is nice.
Nice score. Close to bullying, but whatever. Call it what you
Well,
want.
actually, I would call that masochism because they needed 8 to tie. Tracy's mom thinks she knows why.
Oh, yeah?
They got a crush on her.
Oh, yeah,
Must be it. Yeah,
That's
it.
exactly right.
Yeah, totally.
100% that's true. We don't know. Yeah, it's the wrong time to do that. Because who's this next one? And they'll give you a game.
Yeah.
I get that, but I can't do anything from here.
So Landry was happy. They were happy to see you play.
So call that. The bus driver, Nolan's bus driver. He just called me and he's like, is anybody home? But Nolan's bus normally doesn't get home until 4:30.
Boys all set up?
It's 3:30. You can sit. They're gonna have a meeting, so here for and I was like, oh, is the bus early? He's like, yeah. Nolan was gonna sit on it this afternoon. And I was like, yeah, no, he's gonna be at home. And then I was like, I will figure it out. And then Fred was like, no,
I suppose not the best time to
Skills
work.
is tomorrow at 8. He's like, no, I need to
The teams will be coming off.
He's like, I was gonna.
They've been off.
A lot of them, yeah.
A lot of them been off at
I think it's
half an hour.
Tracy.
Yeah.
And Max.
Yeah.
I can't wait. So he's like,
Thanks for getting the boys their
take him on the bus till somebody gets here. I'll just hang out.
I got a button for that.
And then,
Oh.
2 times the food. As you can tell, I've been doing that for a while.
Well, I don't think you're in. I think you're in good company.
but the elementary school also called me at whatever time. I don't know where I'm with that.
What are the differences for sponsors this year
Not
then?
even answer.
For us.
Oh,
But I don't know if it says that. So first I was like, I better check.
Yeah.
Anything to do
it's like I
with
know
sometimes time sensitive.
Chris was rolling last year's sponsor.
Apparently.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Who let you know?
I know.
I've been doing so for 2 days apparently.
But their cups are like tie-dye.
It's not the end of the world.
Oh, the drink isn't actually red.
If you're hungry one day, they'll find food.
Is this one right?
Hey Jason, was Bee clean this year?
They were both.
Which is
only
the
difference? The Richardson Wealth Management was this year.
that was new. Yeah.
That's new this year.
Okay.
Yeah, because we had like my three were Be Clean and Flynn both years.
Okay.
And then we had WJ,
Yeah, okay, here it is.
WJ out and Richard City and
The team you guys played lost to the. I'll trade you drinks. He said you shouldn't drink that.
Oh yeah, we started halfway through that last game. So yeah. Pomeroy, if you want to join
Oh, here we go. There it is.
we're gonna talk.
No. Yeah.
Go up into like U20 or something.